What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Elisha26. Back at you again, 21 months and some weeks. Kind of lost count. I probably should have checked before I made this video, but oh well. At this point, like, you know, who's splitting hairs? So some new developments this week. So got some info. So there's this thing called FMLA, Family Medical Leave Act, if you didn't know, that basically ensures that your job can't fire you if you have to have surgery, or if someone in your family is having surgery, because it could be you or a family member. And so basically, because I don't have 300 hours of sick leave saved up, and instead of using my annual leave and my sick leave, I'm going to enact FMLA and then do a pretty much like request advanced sick leave. So I'm going to use all 66 hours of my accrued sick leave and then request the rest in advance, which would put me into debt. And then basically what they do is they just like, as I accrue more sick leave, because I get 4 hours of sick leave every pay period, they just take it away and knock down the debt. So that's my plan. I decided to keep my 88 hours of annual leave so that if I have to go to the doctor or something happens, I can take a day off and get paid for it. Because I get 6 hours of annual leave per pay period. So it'll be quick to get that back. And by the time I come back in, I guess mid-January, I'll have well over 100 hours of annual leave, which should be enough for any doctor's appointments that I have to do after coming back from surgery. So when you get your FMLA paperwork or your request for advanced leave, at least at my job, your physician has to fill it out. And there's some things on there that they want to know, like what is the nature of the disease or disorder or medical procedure. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I need to go to my doctor and talk to my doctor. And so I made a doctor's appointment for that day at 2 o'clock. This was Friday. So my supervisor was like, oh, hang on. My supervisor is like new and very young. So he's like, let me make sure that you have to have your doctor sign this first, blah, blah, blah. So he calls the lady, and the lady's like, he's on speakerphone. The lady's like, oh, well, he can just fax it to his doctor, and she can fax it, and they can fax it back to us. And I was like, nah, I need to go see my doctor. So I made the appointment. Then I said, well, I'm basically about to put in sick leave now for 4 hours. I'm leaving at lunch. So he was like, oh, okay. I mean, they can't tell me I can't take the leave, especially because they know I'm having surgery. So he's kind of like over a barrel on that one. So I go to the doctor, and she reads the paperwork, and she knows I'm stealth, and she's heard the horror stories about the shit that happens at my job when she asks me how things are going. And, you know, she's been kind of misty-eyed a little bit at times, just thinking about what I'm going through at work. And my primary care physician really cares, and I love that about her. She's been doing research on what the VA is starting to cover for surgeries and HRT and therapy-wise, and she's staying on top of it so she can give me the information. Right now, she's trying to find what we would have to do in order for me to get a complete histo, because that's like the next move. She's been emailing and all kind of stuff. She's amazing. She's got people corresponding with her about it and everything. So when it came time to fill out the paperwork, she's like, well, I've been doing some research about that because I figured you'd be doing FMLA because she's already ahead of the game on this. And she was like, and I've come up with this description, which would be removal of a chest wall mass. She's like, because technically that is what happens when you have top surgery. She's like, they're removing a massive tissue on your chest wall. So it's not, you know, a lie. Because she doesn't want to perjure herself, because these are going to be government documents, and she's a doctor and stuff like that. So she's trying to protect herself, but protect me as well, which is great. So that's what she put on my paperwork. So if you're going to enact FMLA, or if your job requires some kind of like paperwork from your doctor or whatever, and your doctor isn't sure what to put in those spaces, you could recommend that they put removal of a chest wall mass. Because, I mean, that's where the tissue sits. It's on the chest wall, and it's a mass, you know. So yeah, so keep that in mind. So I have to take those papers back this week. I just need to get the hours figured out, what days I'm actually gonna leave and everything. So yeah, my doctor's pretty cool. I like her. But that type of thing was kind of scary when I saw that on the paperwork because it's like I didn't know what to put, and I had told him I was having a mass removed in my abdomen. So then I was like, because I didn't know about the chest wall mass thing. So when I went back today, my supervisor asked what was going on. And I was like, oh yeah, well my doctor filled out the paperwork, but now I just need to figure out the exact days I want to take off. I was like, because I don't want to work like the day before surgery. I'm gonna need time to prep my body and get everything ready, like pack a bag because I have to stay at the hospital. And they think I'm having it done out of town, which is true. I am having it done out of town, but I guess they're thinking it's at the VA in Seattle or whatever. So they know I'm going out of town, so they're like, okay. So I was like, yeah, I'm having a. So then I knew that my supervisor was going to read it, so I was like, so I went to the doctor, and the doctor said that I'm having a chest wall mass removed. So I just told him that like they changed their mind about having to take out the ones in my abdomen, but there's some in my chest wall that need to be moved and removed. So they're probably like, geez, this dude is all fucked up, but I don't give a fuck what they think, honestly. You know, I won't be working this job for the rest of my life, and the way that they've talked about trans people is best they don't know. So, that was kind of crazy. Now I'm in the process of getting all the paperwork together. While I was at the doctor's for the FMLA paperwork, I took the paperwork from Dr. Garamoni to get filled out as well. Now I need to contact the therapist that gave me my T letter and get a letter from her. So I haven't spoken to her really in a while. So hopefully she's not like, oh, now you need me again. I doubt it. She'll probably just want the money. I mean, honestly, she wants to help, but she also wants the money. So yeah. But now it's all about, once I get that done, I gotta start making plans with my friend, my surgery buddy that's going with me to take care of me. You know, to make sure that everything's all copacetic. Get the hotel situation figured out, the flight situation figured out. Hotels I'm not too worried about. We have some friends and family that work for Doubletree and Hilton, and there's one of those in Fort Lauderdale, so I'll probably be staying there. And also the flights I'm not too worried about because we have friends that book flights as well. So yeah, I'm just trying to get everything lined up as soon as possible so I don't have to worry about anything last minute, especially since this time is flying by. I've got 85 days till I'm on the table, which is crazy because that's only 2 months and 25 days, which isn't a long time at all. I know it's going to fly by because it seems like just yesterday I was making a video saying I'm 6 weeks. I made an appointment for top surgery in 6 months, and we're already more than half. Well, we as in my family and stuff, we're already more than halfway there, and we're starting to gear up for it. So I'm really excited about it. Got to get some button ups to wear. I need to get a warmer jacket that's easy to get in and out of. Um, I have like a North Face and stuff, but I want something a little bit bigger because I know there's going to be swelling and I'm not going to want it to be too tight. And so I want something just a little bit bigger than what I have now. Most of my jackets are pretty fitting mediums and stuff, so I might get something a little bit bigger. Okay, let's be real. So I got a couple smalls, but most of them are mediums. So yeah. I'm a little guy. I'm scrawny, okay? I'm not ashamed of it. What else is going on? Besides that, nothing is going on. Just more planning, more planning, more planning. If you have questions about FMLA, hit me up. Because A lot of people don't know about FMLA. They kind of like just breeze past it in like whatever type of orientation you get at your job or whatever. But it's really, really good, especially for us when it comes to having to have procedures that we need. Most people don't have surgery, so it's pretty much a guarantee for us. So yeah, um, let me know if you got any questions about the process so far, because I'm really starting to get into the process for real now. It's the money's paid and now I'm planning. So let me know if you got questions. Um, just did my shot. It was a great shot. No pain, no blood, no tea backed out. So I'm always happy when it's like that. Hopefully all my Monday shotters had great shots as well. Let me know if you have any questions about my shot technique or how I'm so cool with it. Because I did used to be afraid of needles. Like, shots were not. I hated shots. Like, sweaty palms, sweaty armpits. Like, but now it's like a breeze to me. Even at the doctor's office when I get a shot now in the arm, I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever, do what you gotta do. So, yeah. Um, hope you guys are having a great week. Hope the weekend went well. And I'll see you next time. Much love and light.